Hey everyone, welcome to My Body Talk Show. I'm your host, Cilia Lee. This is our first video of the show. Now this week we have Claire. I don't know if you remember her. She was one of our guests on episode 8 talking about New Year's resolution. So she's a PT, if you remember, and we decided that we should meet up and do another episode and talk about the experiences in gym, helping women to, like, for those who are new especially, walk into gym with confidence, and how they should overcome that fear, and like things like a lot of women always talk about how they are nervous to use the free weights area. So yeah, we're just giving tips and we talk about some funny stories. So anyway, yeah, hope you like it. Hey everyone, welcome to My Body Talk Show. I am your host, Cilia Lee, and the founder of My Body. So today, as you can see, if you're watching it, we have a guest that has been here before, and it's Claire.
Hi guys.
All right, so if you have listened to our first episode of 2023, you would have heard her there, which is, what's your Instagram?
Claire, that's Claire without the I, _ Miss Tickle Fit.
Yeah, and we was talking about New Year's resolution and things like that. Now, because we're still in January and we're still on this sort of like mindset of New Year's resolution, and obviously New Year's resolution always is, most of the time, is related to fitness, we decided to talk about the gym. As female personal trainers, we want to talk about our experiences and other stories that we've heard about, and want to give you tips, or you women out there, the tips on how to walk into the gym with confidence, and yeah, basically anything that we think can empower you to do better in the gym.
Yes.
So first of all, I want to talk about we always hear our clients, female clients, saying I'm scared to use the free weights because they find it really intimidating. They always say that's the men's area.
It's where you see all the brawny guys.
Yeah. And what do you say to them normally?
So my big thing is, first and foremost, the gym is for everyone. Okay? And ladies, if you track your cycle, there will be a time of the month that you do feel equipped and empowered to go and use the free weights, to go and use some dumbbells, to use some barbells, and you should never feel intimidated. I mean, for one of my exercises this year, I'm still on 4 kg, but as far as I'm concerned, I still deserve to be in that area. So the first thing I would say to you ladies is take up space. All right? Remember that you are important. Take up space and don't feel any way. Secondly, I'd say remember that we're all at different all at different stages in our journey. Okay? So if you need to use the free weights, even if you're just going there for the 2 kg dumbbells, go. Be brave, be bold, be courageous.
Yeah, and also another thing is, you know how women always say, like, when they walk into the gym, they feel like people are watching me. The reason why they don't use weights because they feel like everyone's just watching me, probably thinking, oh, what is she doing? She's doing it wrong, like that. But I can say it's all in your head. It's literally all in your head. Like, most of the time, people are just minding their own business. I mean, it's natural for someone to look if someone just walked in.
Yes.
Sort of thing. It's not necessary to look at you. They're not necessarily judging you. They're probably just like, oh, who's that? Okay, cool. Like that. And if anything, if you're hot, obviously they'll be looking.
Yes. So embody that confidence. You know?
And that's one of the things I should say to my client. I said, when you walk into a gym, so I give them a little task, like a little challenge when they come to our sessions. When you walk into gym without your phone, as in without looking at your phone, because that's like a body language. You want to sort of program your body and your brain to think that you got this and you're confident. Mm-hmm. So when you walk into gym, don't be on your phone, because a lot of people use the phone to distract them. Walk into gym without your phone, and then I'll say, scan the room.
Nice.
Because when you scan the room, it's, I don't know, it's just almost like creating that...
I'm determined to be here. I know why I'm here.
Yeah, sort of thing like that. And then, and also, the more you do that, you'll be more confident, more comfortable to see that. Be aware of your space, basically. Yeah.
I remember the first time I ever went to a gym. And I walked in and it was busy, like crazy busy. It was like around rush hour. And I'm looking around and I'm like, oh my God, am I going to be able to get on the machine? And a PT came up to me. So that was a really nice moment for me to make me feel welcome in the gym. And ironically enough, after about 3 weeks of doing a bit of cardio, I employed him. So I think also, if you're really not very confident, look around for a friendly face. That could be a gym staff member, or it could just be someone that's a regular at the gym. Okay, so look around for a friendly face. You will see the odd person smile at you, say hello sometimes, and that can give you that confidence as well to just keep going.
Yeah. Talking about that, let's talk about your experience. So you just said that your first time going to this gym. Tell us about your fitness journey.
Okay, so I started training properly probably in 2014, and I was really nervous at the gym. And honestly, I joined the gym because it had a swimming pool and a sauna, and I thought swimming is a good full body workout, and then I can use the sauna after and sweat out all my toxins from the heavy weekends I was having and things like that. And after probably about 2 weeks there, I realized that I didn't really know what I was doing. And that's when I decided, okay, maybe I should speak to a PT, even if it's just for some introductory sessions, not anything too long, just until I worked up that independence and that confidence to do it by myself. My PT gave me a program. We only did once a week, but I still tried to come to the gym 3 times a week. I met a long-term boyfriend there. So, you know, after a few weeks of training there, I ended up getting into a bit of romance. So that was interesting. But what I'd say is, we're all a bit overwhelmed when we're doing something new, okay, and when we're getting out of our comfort zone. But I didn't give up, you know, and I started to build a community. So it didn't take me very long. I probably go in there about 2-3 months, and because of attending classes, I actually had a couple mates, and we used to start going to the gym together. So that was really nice.
So when did you start going to gym?
2014.
2014.
Yeah.
Okay, and did you go straight into weight training? And were you one of those women who was afraid to train weights?
Very much so. So I actually went to the gym, as I said, just for cardio, like swimming.
Yeah.
Maybe I'd get on a treadmill a little bit.
Yeah.
I really took fitness to be something that wasn't about getting strong. It was really just about trying to feel better in myself day to day.
Yeah.
So because of that, I was just obsessed with cardio. Didn't really know anything about nutrition. And it took me a few months to get there.
Yeah. And what made you change now? As in, like, we all have this turning point where we realize, actually, you know what? Weight is actually really good for you. What changed for you? When is it that changed?
So when I employed my PT, he started encouraging me to do things. I think one of the first exercises I was doing and getting confident with was kettlebell swings. Really simple exercise.
I love kettlebell swings.
That helped to tone my entire body.
Yeah.
And I did what I think a lot of women do, which is they typically go for like a milestone goal. So I was going to Ibiza that summer. So I'd employed him early on in the year, kind of springtime. And I was like, oh yeah, I want to get my body hot because I'm going to Ibiza. And for the first year of exercising, that's really all I was doing was kettlebell swings. That was honestly like one of the only things I was doing, which it really changed my body.
Yeah, but kettlebells are actually a really good equipment to use. So for a lot of women out there, if you're uncomfortable using machines or free weights, I would definitely say learn how to use a kettlebell. But then again, you need to learn it properly because otherwise you could injure yourself.
Exactly.
So,
it takes, you need someone to give you the tips, give you the pointers. Yeah. So after a year of that, when I realized, okay, I've got nothing to be scared of when it comes to resistance training. And by that time, you can imagine, I had kettlebell swung to death, right? So then I was like, okay,
your glutes
cool.
must have been popping.
Everything was popping, babe. I went to Ibiza, I was topless on the beach. I was just like, hey, So after a year of that, I was like, no, you need to start taking this a bit more serious. I didn't get a PT. I just started going to the gym with more friends that could guide me through things like a basic squat, a deadlift, etc. And after the second year of training weights, at a very, low level, I'd say probably at 60% exertion, I employed a PT. And at that point, I actually went for my own PT qualification because I thought, rather than having someone else teach me how to do this, I'd actually like to really learn it and understand it myself.
So it's the same PT you're with now?
No. So I stayed with him for 2 years.
Yeah.
Because I moved around a lot, gym-wise. So I was in Edgware first, and then I moved to Cheshunt, and I was with my PT in Cheshunt for 2 years. He was brilliant, so he gave me a lot of nutritional advice, which I think then enhanced the journey for me, because I think people don't realise how important nutrition is.
Yeah.
So he really enhanced my journey. At that point, I was like, oh, I'm eating right, and I'm really seeing a lot of results. And the rest has been history, really.
So with me, so if you've listened to my very first episode, I actually spoke about my fitness journey. But I'll just say it here again. So I was also one of them girls that was afraid to train weights. So by the way, ladies, just a reminder, training weights will not make you look manly. You will not look bulky at all. Is that right, Claire?
That is 100%.
Do we look bulky?
Absolutely.
Do we look manly right now?
Come on. I'm gonna get up and show you the booty.
Yeah.
No.
But so training weights won't won't make you look manly at all. So please don't be afraid. Because even till now, a lot of women be like, "Oh, I don't want to train weights." I see so many women, they come in and they say, "Oh, they want to lose weight." All they do is just on treadmill, just doing cardio.
Sometimes you can find that actually makes you put on weight.
Yeah, and that's about to just do with the cycle, which we'll talk about in a bit. But so back to my journey. So I first stepped into gym was when I was 16.
Wow.
But that was with a friend and we were just doing cardio. Literally walked into the gym, treadmill, like 20 minutes on treadmill, 15 minutes on a bike, and after we finish up with some abs. That was literally our gym day. And I was one of them girls who only go there during summer. Come like November, December, winter time, hibernate, but still paying for the gym membership.
Yeah, wasting the money.
Yeah. And then, so I stopped and then stopped going. And then around, this is when I was 22. I had a long-term boyfriend at the time. And that's when going back. when I was 21, I got a bit more serious with the gym because not many people know about this. I took part in a beauty pageant.
Wow.
But this beauty pageant is nothing like big. It was literally just like it's actually embarrassing to say. It's like a budget one. Like Chinese, for the Chinese community organised in London. It was nothing one of them ones where it would lead to a Miss Universe. It was nothing like that. So it was just like a really budget pageant. But anyway, so I just basically got to the gym to obviously prepare for it and like that. And do you know what I did? I did cardio, 20 minutes of cardio, and then just do legs.
Okay.
And just the booty.
That
was
is
it.
Typically women.
Yeah, typically. It's so typical. And then anyway, so then I did that. Don't get me wrong, like my legs were like proper toned, like the glutes were looking good, and my stamina actually helped. And also I did lose a bit of weight on my waist and things like that. And also I was cutting carbs.
Okay.
But no, I'm not encouraging anyone to do that because what I did was actually not that healthy, not gonna lie. But anyway, and then after 22, then I met my boyfriend at the time, and he took me to a bodybuilding gym.
Ooh.
Yeah, he didn't take me to a budget gym. He took me straight to a bodybuilding gym, and I was shitting myself. I was like, "Well, are you sure this is for women? This is a bodybuilding gym in Brimstone."
Okay.
Yeah, because I didn't see no women in there, so I was like, "Are you sure this is not for men?" But anyway, so then he started training me, and he started training me upper body, and I was thinking, "Babes, I don't want to train upper body because I don't want to get wham." And he goes, "You won't." Anyway, so then started teaching me to do all like those clean and press, all of that. And then that's when I started seeing those results, like my back's developing like small muscles and stuff, my arms changing shapes. I used to have really skinny arms, like really skinny arms. You probably think I have skinny arms, but well, sort of like slim arms, but I was actually really skinny. I don't know if I ever showed you the photo.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, I was really skinny back then. And as I was doing more weight and it sort of toned up, my body was in more proportion. I had a proper pear shape, body shape. And then after I'm working out, my body actually evened out. Don't get me wrong, I still have a bit of a pear shape depending on what I wear, but that's not even the point. It doesn't really matter anymore. But when I started seeing the result, building muscles, that's when I got really addicted to working out. Yeah. And my confidence went up.
Exactly. That's what it's been. I think that's how I will never stop being in the gym right now.
Yeah.
Because of what it's done for my confidence.
Yeah. Fitness is not just about working to look good, like physically. It's not also not only is about to lose weight, but also helps your mental health, confidence,
big time,
and also it's actually discipline, your mindset.
Yes. So
talking about that, meaning like not just walking in the gym once a week, but if you're like, for someone to look a certain way, like that body, like, you know, like looking the cut and all of that, whatever the shape it is, like you think, oh wow, they look incredible. It's discipline.
100%.
It was a mindset. They're eating and they're going into the gym, all of that, because they are committed. Not saying that you have to track your food all the time.
No.
But it's the fact that these people are actually committed. They have a goal that they're trying to work towards to. Yes. So, but yeah, so then
and that goal can be different for different people. Yeah, it might be that you just want to do a pull-up. You want to be able to pull up your own body weight. It may be that you want abs or you want to get rid of your food part. It may be actually that you want to regulate your periods and your periods are all over the place and you want to actually regulate them. So there are so many different reasons for getting into training. And I used to be a slacker, so I think it's really important that you said discipline. I used to be somebody who would procrastinate, and I'd make excuses for why I couldn't do things, whether that was attend the gym or whether it was I finished the gym but now I'm going to go to KFC for my post-workout meal, you know? So I used to make a lot of excuses, but once you get into that habit and you actually see, wow, I'm sleeping better, I'm eating better, it's like all of a sudden the meal prep becomes worth the time. You know, going to the gym for half an hour, 1 hour, it's worth the time.
Yeah. And because of all that, exactly. So going back to confidence now, because fitness helped me with my confidence, and I know, like for example, you were also like me, not confident going to gym, or just not confident as a person, all of that. I realized I thought to myself, if I'm like that, there's so many women also like me. So I want to become a PT to be that person to help empower as many women as I can. Yeah. Which is why I became a PT in 2015, qualified 2015.
Nice.
But yeah, and then and the rest is history. But so yeah, that's my fitness journey. And since being qualified PT, the way I train has changed. Which I believe yours has too.
Definitely.
I in the beginning I used to do a lot of HIIT training. Don't get me wrong, I did lift weights. It was like a lot of like conditioning.
Yes.
Like what's that fitness influencer called? Kaisha Fit.
I know Kaisha.
Yeah, Kaisha Fit. I did a lot of stuff that she done. Like she does a lot of like strength, conditioning and HIIT.
Okay.
So I had to do all of that, a lot of that stuff, and I did kickboxing. Then I moved on to 2 years later, or 4 years later, or something like that. I changed the way I train again, and just focused on lifting weights. And my body has changed. So yeah, it's a journey.
It is a journey, definitely. And also your goals will change every year. You know, at the moment I'm trying to work at being able to pull up my own body weight. So that's a big thing for me. I had very weak shoulders. So my coach has, you know, done a lot of work on like my scapular strength and stability. He's got me doing Turkish get-ups the other day. Thanks, coach. Yeah. So I just feel like your goals will always change. And when your goals change, if you have a PT, if you're lucky enough to have a PT, you ask your PT to change your program to, you know, modify or alter your program to fit you, you know, and to help you to get closer to where you want to be. I think that many women want to grow their glutes. Many women want to have toned legs, great calves, so that they can look amazing in their heels. But once you start training for a while, there will be other goals, you know, whether that be a pull-up, whether it be being able to hold a plank for more than 2 minutes. I don't know, being able to carry all your shopping in one go, that functional fitness, you know?
You know what? My first goal was, when I first got into fitness, as in with my ex, was actually be able to do a pull-up. That was actually my first goal, you know, not even to get a big booty or anything like that. It was actually be able to do a pull-up. Yeah. And that's another thing. What empowered me, fitness, is actually being able to do my first pull-up and my first push-up. That empowered
sense
me.
Of accomplishment.
Yeah. Anyway, we've sort of gone off the topic, basically.
This is so typically us.
Yeah. But anyway, so what experiences, tell me about the stories that you've seen when we share our experiences in the gym. So like men
in the gym.
So okay, hold on, let me break it down. So there's one where women always feel like men are always preying on them.
That's a big one.
Your thoughts?
So I do think that when I first went to the gym, I know we shouldn't really be going astrology here, but I'm a Leo. So I love myself, and I think I just look hot all the time, right? And I was even like that in 2014. Yeah. So in 2014, when I started my journey, I used to go to the gym knowing that men were going to look, and I was okay with that. But I was very covered, and I still think I am. I still think sometimes I go to the gym and I'd rather be in a long sleeve, or I'd rather be in a baggy jumper training. So I think, number one, what I'd say to ladies is do what makes you feel comfortable. Go to the gym how you feel comfortable. Don't feel like because people are at the gym in their short shorts, and their crop tops, that's what you have to do. You don't have to do that. Go to the gym in the way that you feel most comfortable. That's number one. I also think that there are, and I don't know, wait, let me allow you to answer that, and then I'll say.
What do I think, yeah?
Yeah.
I always say to people, if they want to look, give them something to look. All the time.
Do you see how we like polar opposites sometimes, yeah?
Like, what I'm saying is, your confidence is what makes you sexy. Okay? And also, okay, sorry, it's kind of a bit off topic. But basically, so like if a guy is gonna walk up to you, and if you want to don't be scared or like be like, oh shit, I don't know what to do. Like if they come up to you, have that confidence, just look him in the eye and be like, you're right. Okay, yeah, I'm doing. Let's say they might be saying to you, oh, what are you training? I don't know, whatever they might be. Their chat up line would be, and if you really, obviously, if you're not interested and you just want to be left alone, you absolutely have the right to say to them, I'm good, thanks. I'm just busy training, whatever, and I'll just cut off, and that's it. You can. It also is the look.
And men
in your
always
eye.
know. Men always know when you're like, I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah, just give them that look. I'm not saying you got to be a bitch, but just like sort of like, yeah, you're right, and then just move on, sort of thing.
I've always got my headphones on. That's
Yeah,
how I
if you had the headphones, so literally it can be like, take your headphones off. Yeah, sorry, what's that? Okay, yeah, all right, thank you. Put the headphones back in and turn around and get on with your set. Literally, that's it. Because then it shows you're not interested. Yes. But if they keep they're persisting, or whatever. And tell them straight, like, sorry, I really want to focus on my training. There's nothing wrong with telling them your truth.
I was watching an Instagram yesterday where a woman was teaching her child boundaries. So apparently there's this YouTube song called the Boundary Song. But the phrases were things like, I don't feel safe, you know, or I'd like you to move back, please, and things like that. So I think also have like 1 or 2 phrases in your head, so that if a guy is being overly persistent, you're already ready to shut it down. Obviously, gym staff are always there to support. But before that, you have to have that confidence in yourself to shut it down, okay? And not feel afraid of that confrontation.
Yeah. And also, like, some women probably intimidated by the muscular men and things like that. Like, it's all, I'm not, okay, men, I love you. I'm not trying to put you down anything. But sometimes, you know, like, the physical look means nothing. It's all in your head. You just have to be like, just see them, they're just human being. Like, just see them as like, if they come up to you, yeah, they're big or whatever, but don't be intimidated by those big muscles. just be like.
Sometimes the bigger the muscles, the smaller the...
What?
No. I wasn't going to say that. She didn't even let me finish. Sometimes the bigger the muscles, the smaller the ego. And what I mean by that is because they've been going to the gym for a long time, they understand what it's like to just be starting your journey. So sometimes you look at someone and go, oh my gosh, so much testosterone, aggression, scary. But actually that guy's going to come over and say something so encouraging and so motivating that the next time you come to the gym, you'll be like, oh, you're right, mate. You know, that's what I was going to say. Okay. Oh, man. Yeah, so, but then also you do get the negative guys, don't you? So on the other side, you get guys.
Talk about that, man.
Yeah, so I'll give you one experience I had, and this was actually about maybe about 6 months ago, and the guy actually still goes to one of the local gyms. I always see him, and I just think, ugh, what a prick. So, this young man was at the gym in the free weight section. I was also in the free weight section, and I had my mat out, and then I put my bottle of water on the mat, and I was just working on the mat, and I was bursting for the loo. So I've left my bottle of water, my protein shake, like, bottle on the mat, right? And I've gone to the toilet and come back. And I really rushed because I knew that, you know, somebody might look at it and be like, oh, where's this person gone? So I rushed to the toilet, quick wee, washed my hands. I've come back and this guy has picked up my bottle and my protein shaker, put it on the side, thrown the mat to one side, and he's training in my space. So I've gone to him, excuse me, I was training here. Oh, well, no one was here, so I just moved the stuff. Well, my bottle and my protein shaker was on the mat, so why are you moving it? So then he got upset, like literally, like visibly frustrated, and then he moved over to the other side. Now, most gyms have a mirror that is so wide. He did not have to deliberately choose my space. So you will get misogynistic, chauvinistic, sexist assholes in the gym who think, oh, I'm going to show this lady that she shouldn't be here, and perhaps I should be here instead. Don't be even the slightest bit intimidated by them.
Because also, if you show that you're intimidated, it's almost like
they feel empowered to do it again.
Exactly.
Do it to another woman.
Yeah.
Or another one after that. You know? And tell to the ladies out there listening, tell your partners, tell your male friends, if you're really looking not to share the gym space, then go to a bodybuilding gym or go to a gym that charges 100 quid a month plus. Go to a gym where you know you've got 3 chest press machines, or you know you've got 3 sets of 10 kg dumbbells. But don't be upset if you're coming to an affordable budget gym if there's somebody in your way, because those gyms are made for everybody. They're not just for the bodybuilders. They're not just for the guys who think, oh, I've got to get bigger delts. They're literally for all of us, for any ability, for any gender, for any ethnicity, for any religion. Those are what those gyms are for. So if you're upset that a woman is hogging the machine, go to another gym.
Yeah. Tell them.
Just go. Just go. We don't want you here.
Yeah. I was gonna say, like, so let's go back to, like, how should women, how would you sort of give tips on how women should start going to the gym? Let's say if they're a newbie this year, they still haven't, it's just, I know we're halfway into Jan, but and they still haven't stepped into gym. What tips would you give them to step into that gym?
Okay, so I would say first, be honest with yourself. So are you self-motivated? Are you able to just go to the gym by yourself? If you are, start with classes. That's what I do.
That's what I always say, yeah.
You know, and that way you're building a community, you see familiar faces.
And what classes would you recommend they go?
Oh gosh.
Although there's so many classes, but for me, I always say, like, let's say if you're a beginner, like, go for, like, because then sometimes classes they might be traumatized by it because it's so hard.
True.
So go for things like, yeah. So things maybe like if they've got yoga, go for yoga.
Yes.
And the light ones, and then
body weight. Yeah,
body weight ones. So a bit like I don't know what they call it differently in all gyms. So anyway, so things like the full body workout. So usually legs, bums, arms are probably the best one.
Legs, bums, and arms is a good one.
But obviously different instructors teach it differently, so there'll be different levels. Yeah, so just like maybe start with
a dance class, a yoga class.
Yeah, light ones, and then start, and then maybe like 2-3 weeks later, add one strength training one, maybe like a body pump or something like that, and then
and I'd also say buy a program. So I'd say rather than if you can't afford a PT, fine, but buy yourself a program so that you can see changes, because I think what a lot of ladies do is they go online and they'll follow an influencer and they'll go, oh, this looks like a good workout.
Or go on YouTube and Instagram, save it all, and then try to do it themselves. Yeah.
So I think,
and they're like, I don't see results.
Yeah. So it's about sticking to like one program for at least 8 to 12 weeks, doing the same exercises for at least 8 to 12 weeks, not changing it up because, oh, my bum's not growing at the pace I want it to, so let me try and do more glutes today, because that doesn't work. So just try and keep it consistent and keep it regular. Another
thing also is people in the gym always ask me, what class should I do? And I'll tell them, and then they'll be like, oh, is that hard? And then I'll be like, the way they ask me, is it hard? Are you saying that if it's hard, you're not going to go? Then what's the point of going to a class? Because you want a class to challenge you. So ladies, like, and gents, do something that's out of your comfort zone.
Yes, definitely.
I mean, that's where growth comes in.
Yeah, and that's what the gym's all about.
Yeah, exactly. So if, for example, spin, a lot of people go to me, I don't want to go spin because it's hard.
Can I let you in on a little secret?
Go on then. You don't like it?
I went to my first ever spin class. This was years ago, like probably about 5-6 years ago. And I was in the class for 3 minutes, no lie, 3 minutes. And I was like, no, I can't do this. And I literally just got off the bike and like quickly sidled out the room. Like I was just like, yeah, we're not doing this. And now I love spin. So, you know, it is about like, remember that at the end of the day, you have to exert yourself for exercise.
Yeah.
If you want to see results, you have to exert yourself. It's not something you're just going to do some light work. Like when I see people sometimes walking on the treadmill on an incline walk, and you're not even sweating, babes. You've been on there for 40 minutes, babes. Look at your bum. You know? So if you want to get results, remember that you have to exert yourself. If you don't feel like at the end of a session, and this won't be all the time, again, we're going to talk about cycles soon, but if you don't feel at the end of the session like, whew, I worked, then you're not going to see results.
You're lying to yourself. You're lying to yourself. Like, it's almost like, it's sort of like, I've done something today, that's it. It's better than nothing sort of thing. I ticked it off, but you're cheating yourself. And also ask your why. Why are you going to the gym? Why are you doing it? If you don't know your why, you're just going there just to make yourself feel a little bit better. Yeah, I've done something. Yes. I'm not guilty that you haven't moved for the day. Then obviously you're not going to see results. So people just like remember the reason why you're going. Everyone obviously, like we said earlier, there are different reasons. Maybe for mental health, for your health, or lose weight, put on weight, whatever it is. But just be committed. Stay committed. and not interested. As I said before, not interested. If you're interested, it's never going to work. Be committed.
Yeah, so if you're not self-motivated, PT. Just get yourself a PT. And I'm the kind of PT, I don't really like to have my clients for long stretches of time. I believe that once me and you have trained together for 12 weeks, maybe 24 weeks, so that's 6 months, I should be able to let you go and literally spread your wings, you know? So consider the kind of PT you're going for. You want to go for a quality PT that you know is going to give you the basics, give you what you need, and then allow you to fly. I like what you said in your previous podcast, Cilia, about not always tracking calories. I had one client who wanted glutes and abs. She didn't track her calories because she clearly didn't want to. She didn't get abs because she didn't track her calories. But the booty gains was real. You know? So you got to be honest with yourself about what you can and cannot do. And start small steps, small wins.
Absolutely.
Small wins
Trust
equals
the
big
process.
change. There you go.
Exactly. And also people always think, another thing, like, don't just come to the gym for a season.
Yes. Oh, I'm working towards my holiday in Ibiza, or I'm working towards my 40th birthday.
Don't get me wrong, like, that could be good incentive, but also make it into a lifestyle. So work towards making it into a lifestyle as well. So yeah, like, for example, when my clients will go saying, when will I see results? I'll be like, to be honest with you, you won't see big results in 1 month. It's almost like,
but you might start sleeping better in 1 month.
Yeah, exactly. That's what a lot of people say.
And that's the result.
A lot of people say, a lot of people don't. Exactly. A lot of people don't realize the small details that matters in our life, which is energy level, sleep level. Could be maybe the skin looking better, or things like that,
hair growth,
or stamina. We can actually last longer when we exercise. We actually get a bit stronger, but just physically we might not see it yet. So my client Iffy, big up at Iffy.
What?
She even said herself, she didn't see the results in the first month, but she realized that she got stronger. Her skin's were looking more toned. And now New Year's resolution is like, so now she's been with me 4 months now. After New Year's, she's now made a change. It's juicing.
Wow.
She stopped coffee because I've been telling her to stop drinking coffee. I told her to stop drinking coffee, and she told me, Cilia, I'm actually sleeping so much better.
There you go.
And I was like, there you go.
So it's little things. I'm gonna big up my ex-client Cleo.
Cleo, she comes to my dance club.
Yeah, Cleo's still going gym, so I'm really happy about that. She was a smoker at the end of last year, and now she's onto the vape. So, you know, small incremental changes. That's it. Small wins. So I'm really proud of you, Cleo. Keep it up.
Yeah. Okay. Right. We always we're off topic again, but it's fine. But a lot of things it's still valuable.
We're just gonna mention
the cycle. Let's talk about cycle. That cycle. Yeah.
That's the last bit. Well, I was even saying on my story today, I am 3 days away from ovulation. I know that when I ovulate, I've got more testosterone, and therefore I might be able to hit my PBs. So in the next week, I'm going to try and up my calories so that if I'm eating more, I can perform a little bit better at the gym and hopefully get some personal bests where I haven't been able to. So the good thing about tracking your cycle, ladies, is that you then know when you can do your best at the gym, when you can perform at your worst, when you should do your cardio or more cardio, and when you can get that resistance training in, you know, and when you could train for strength or when you could train for hypertrophy, etc. So it's really important to track your cycle. And there are so many apps now. I just use my Fitbit. But there are so many different apps you can use.
I use an app called MyFlow.
Okay.
So if you follow me on Instagram, mybody.uk, you will see, if you scroll down, I haven't spoken about it recently, but you know I used to talk a lot about the cycle.
You've given me a lot of tips on the cycle.
In fact, I'm going to do an episode on the cycle syncing. So for those who, by the way, for those who are interested about this tracking cycle and what is cycle syncing, read this book called In the Flow by Alyssa Vitti. I don't know if I told you about this.
You did tell me, you did.
Yeah, read that book. It was that book that changed my life. Well, not a whole life, but changed my business niche. Reason why I decided to literally focus on women.
Okay.
Although I know the original reason why I became PT was to train women, but I started off training men and women. But after reading that book, I decided, straight, just training women. But anyway,
I was going to try and get out my book. I can't remember what it's. I think it's called The Power of Now, but it's also about menstrual cycle.
Oh, really?
Cycle as well.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I got that book, but I never really finished it. That's probably why I didn't know that. Talk about it. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah. So go back to cycle syncing. So let me quickly briefly talk about it. So we have 4 cycles. Four phases. Sorry, 4 phases. So we have the follicular, ovulation, luteal, and the menstruation. So menstruation is when you're on period. So I always say this is all another like a me coming from a holistical point of view. When you're on your period, I really recommend you don't work out at all. I tell my parents, I tell my clients to not work out during that week. But what we do when we do have sessions, what I do instead with them is flexibility. So Pilates, and flexibility. So basically, when you're on your period, take it slow. Honor your body. Like, go for a walk, maybe meditation if you need to. And also, you probably feel more tired, so take a nap. It's okay to take a nap.
So as I don't say don't train at all, but I do say listen to your body. So I had one client text me this morning. She's like, I'm going in for cardio. She just started her period. She's feeling really rubbish. I said, that will probably make you feel a little bit better. But again, listen to your body. If you go with the aim of doing 20 minutes of cardio and after 10 minutes you're fatigued, jump off the treadmill, jump off the Stairmaster. It's not necessary to kill yourself when you're on.
And another thing is that when you're on your period, I know some of you might not have period problems. Like, for example, you might not have cramps, you might not feel tired, you still feel energetic, which is fine. But in my opinion, it's like inside, in the holistic opinion, also inside, a lot is going on. Basically, you're shedding the lining of the uterus. There's a lot going on, so you're losing blood and all of that. So really, you should use that time to rejuvenate and nourish your body with the quality food. Now, moving on after your period now, is the follicular phase, which is last typically about a week and a bit. So that's when your energy level starts to come back up, your reproduction hormones start to increase. So your body starts to wake up. So this is the best time to do maybe a dance class, a bit of weight training. So to wake your body up like that. Then after the follicular phase, which is about 7 to 14 days, then we ovulation. That is when your reproduction hormones are at the highest, at its peak.
Higher in testosterone as well.
And your energy level is at highest. So this is the best time to do your boot camp, HIIT, spin classes, all of that. More cardio and all of that stuff. So you feel at your best. And then afterwards, the luteal phase. Now the luteal phase actually have 2 phases. The first half of the luteal phase, your energy's still high, and so you still can do all the boot camp, blah blah, and strength training, like lifting heavy and all of that. Then when it comes to second half of your luteal phase,
mine is hell every month.
That's when you start experiencing PMS. So your energy level starts to go down.
Some people with their moods affected. My mood is very very severely affected.
So then with the mood, you can actually regulate that. It's all to do with the nutrition. So a lot of it is to nutrition as well, to make sure you eat more like vitamin B, green vegetables, all of that stuff. Get the nutrients in, that can help with the mood. But anyway, so second half of the luteal phase, and then it starts to slow down. Take it easy. Do more flexibility. Could be more yoga, Pilates, things like that. And then again, back to menstruation. So that's why sometimes when you do classes, you might be thinking, why do I feel so weak? Whereas last week I was so energetic. It's not like you regress, it's just your hormones. So we women, our hormones really does affect us. So
for literally 2 weeks, I was just at the same weight for my back squats. I couldn't go up in weight. And even my reps were just rubbish. I was like, what's going on here? But it was my hormones. Okay, so I do have another microaggression. So this was I was training a client at the gym, and we were doing tricep push downs on the cable. And the cable is one of the most highly coveted machines for the men. Men want to do their chest their pec flies on the cable rows and show off their titties to everybody, right? So this guy came over and he was like, oh, how many sets do you have left? And I was like, 1. But me and my client were just talking, so we're just on the side, so we're just talking. And I was like, we've got 1 set left. And the guy, he seemed so upset that we had 1 set left on the tricep push downs. And what, in that moment, I wanted to pull him up on it, but again, we come in peace, we lead with love. So I just left it as it was sort of thing. But I was just like, yo, you can tell we're using, if you want to jump on, share it, that's cool. But if you're doing pec flies, obviously you're not going to be able to share the cable with us. But how long is it going to take me to do 1 set? I mean, typically a rest period is 90 seconds. Why are you so upset? So again, ladies,
Macho, man.
Take your time, because then there was another time I wanted to use the tricep push down machine, and I've walked over to it. This boy must have been about 18, right? I've walked over to it and I said to him, "Excuse me, how many sets do you have left?" And he went, this is my 4th set. I'm going to do another 6.
Huh?
Why do you need to do 10 sets of tricep push down, bro? Why? Look at your biceps. You ain't even pushing no biceps, but you want big off tricep. 10 sets. Come on now. Come on. You're not an athlete, babes. Otherwise, you wouldn't be at this, again, budget gym. Okay. So please. 10 sets? Really?
Yeah.
So those are my 2 stories. So just like, ladies, if you have an issue with anybody at the gym, remember to go to the staff first. I mean, men can be a bit aggressive and a bit funny, but nobody should be doing 10 sets on a machine and not allow you to jump on and share the machine. That is
that's gym etiquette, isn't it? It's gym etiquette as well, yeah. Talking about that, like, when guys, I've had in the past when guys are like, ask me, oh, how many sets have you got left, sort of thing, and then they sort of like they puff and puff. And I would actually, me being me, I'll look at them and be like, yeah, it's okay.
Straight. Give them a bit of attitude back. Pepper them.
Exactly. For those who know me, they're like, yeah, that's damn straight Cilia. Like, give exactly.
Sauce.
Exactly. Because sometimes they just need to be put in their place.
Exactly.
That is it. Funny stories for me. There's like, I'm just trying to think.
There's too
so
many.
There's too many. Yeah. Okay. So, this is a Pilates class.
Okay.
Or stretching class. But to be honest, when I was teaching stretch class in New Barnet, also and Pilates class in Cheshunt, they both happened at the same time. So, I'm already laughing. Have you ever had in your class or anything, or even on a gym floor, someone fart?
Oh my god.
So, okay. Anyway, talk about Pilates or even my stretching classes. So, there's some certain moves that probably, I don't know what it is. Maybe the move that we did, it just increased the blood so increase the blood circulation. The gas is just going around the body, and the next thing you know, you just hear like a fart sound. I'm telling you, there's one time I was like trying to pretend it didn't happen. I would just continue talking. Oh my god, I was holding that laugh in so much because it was so clear that everyone could. And then,
oh my gosh.
And I was just like, and then I just didn't say nothing. I just pretended nothing happened. But as soon as the class finished, thank goodness it was the end of the class, I just burst out laughing after that.
Just remember, right? Just out of order. Just remember, right? Listen, it is natural, okay? It is.
But it's funny though. It's not. Don't give up. I fart as well, but it's funny. You know what I'm saying?
It's hilarious. But it's a natural. Yeah, I've had it where I've been teaching a class before, and then, you know, luckily the music clouded it. You know, I've been teaching a class and
what you?
Yeah, me, no lie. Full disclosure, people. Okay, so it happens, all right? It's natural. Obviously, exercising aids digestion. Listen. It can promote bowel movements. Like, it's just the way of the world, man.
Listen, so this going back when I was first started using the gym. I think it was like when I was 18, 19. So not first started. This is like another phase of me using the gym. But anyway, me and my friend went to the gym, and we, you know that incline, the decline bench for the abs, yeah? So I was on it. I was on it. My friend was on treadmill, and I was on it, and I wanted to do the sit-ups.
She can't even keep a straight face.
And then when to get up to do the sit-ups, I just did.
Wow, a loud one. Wow. Those are the ones I'll be walking at the gym. I'll be like,
and then, thank goodness.
Literally walking at the gym.
No, thank goodness that gym I went to was really small.
Okay.
And because it was like during the day, so just me and my friend is one guy in there. I don't know if you heard, but it was so funny.
But there's too many embarrassing stories. Too many.
Oh my god.
I've dropped dumbbells on my feet before.
Oh.
Yeah. But you know where you have to firm it because everybody's preying. Like,
yeah.
So you're just there like, I'm just gonna just, you know.
But you know, talking about that now, if I do hurt myself anytime or I trip over, I literally just like, oh my god, I laugh at myself.
Yes.
To be honest, I think that's the best way to laugh at yourself. So women and well, ladies. So listeners. When you're in the gym and a lot of people are so conscious that I'm going to embarrass myself to this. You know what? If you do feel something, you've done something wrong and you feel silly, laugh.
Yeah.
at yourself, it actually makes you feel better and it's confidence. Because I always be like, oh my God, did I really just break this? I'll do things like that. For example, I remember I was adjusting the bench and the thing that
the adjusting
the whole thing just came out, and I was just like, oh my God,
broke the bench.
I was like, did I really just break this?
Gains, baby.
And the guy next to me was like, you're too strong, and I went, yeah, I think I am, like that. But anyway, but then imagine I just managed to fix it anyway. So. Yeah, so just things like this actually can help you with confidence. So don't worry about if you're gonna mess up or whatever. You're only human, so just laugh at yourself and just
to the best of us.
Yeah.
Honestly. And if you're clumsy, I'm very clumsy, and I've embraced it. You know, all this self-love, I've embraced it. I can be a bit clumsy sometimes. Okay? My coordination isn't great. My coach will tell you. So what I do is I just embrace it. You know, I know I'm gonna do something silly at the gym. The other day, I literally put my protein shaker down. And all my pre-workout spilt underneath the machine. I was like, oh, you know, it happens. All right. So as well as obviously being confident and celebrating yourself, just don't be down on yourself if things go a little bit skew. You know, it's okay.
I think also, just to finish up, to wrap it up and summarize what we said. We said a lot of stuff and kind of went off topic, but it's okay. Is when you walk into the gym, I'll say number one, get used to not be on your phone, just to prepare, just to like build that confidence. It's practice. It's almost like a muscle. You got to practice, right? Rewire your brain. And then when you walk in, remember, like I said, scan the room, scan the gym floor. At first you might feel like, oh my God, like you feel a bit intimidated. Again, it's just a practice. The more you do it, the more you get used to it. And then go to an area, I was gonna say, like, you're comfortable with.
To begin with.
Yeah. But then afterwards, slowly, maybe give yourself a goal, like a challenge, like, okay, this week or next week, I'm going to go to this area. Just to change it up a bit again, just like baby step to psych yourself up a bit like that. And then bring a gym buddy.
Yes, that always helps.
Yeah.
You know, especially if there's somebody that's had a little bit of experience. Because they'll take you over to the machine that you definitely wouldn't have gone to if you were by yourself.
Yeah. And smile. Walk in with a smile.
Yeah.
Literally. Smile. Walk in with love.
Yes.
You actually
be ready to go.
Yeah, everything would be different. And when in terms of how another one, in terms of how to walk into free weights area with confidence, if you have an induction, maybe book some induction or get a personal trainer or instructor.
A one-off session.
To show you. I know it doesn't help. It might not be instantly get the confidence, but you can even maybe go to free weights just to grab some dumbbells. And then move to a different section just to get used to using dumbbells.
Yes.
It's just baby step to getting used to using certain things.
Yeah. I really like the functional areas in gyms as well.
Me too.
So you've got your sandbags.
Yeah.
You've got the kettlebells.
Yeah.
You've got dumbbells. You've got resistance bands. So that's really another really good area, especially if you're intimidated by like a barbell.
Yeah.
Or things like that.
And I think, you know what? You can actually hire a personal trainer if you just want to focus on learning how to squat.
Yeah.
You don't actually have to hire a personal trainer just for overall fitness.
There you go.
That. You can just be like, I want to learn how to squat.
Yeah.
Just teach me that.
Or some of the basic compound lifts. So a squat, a deadlift, maybe a press movement, a push movement.
And I think that's it. Any other tips?
Commit to it. Remember that it's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
So remember that you're not doing this for a one-off, and you're not doing it for like just a goal, you know, that you meet and then all of a sudden you disappear and never go to the gym again. You're doing this as something that you can do indefinitely. And I train professional women. So even if you're only there for half an hour, that's part of the lifestyle.
Showing up for yourself.
You know?
And another thing is, think of it that you working out, not only obviously you look for a physical reason. I know some of us do that mainly for that, but also think that you are looking after yourself. It's a form of self-love.
Yeah. If you've got children, you're adding longevity to your life so that you can spend more time with your children.
The more muscle you have, the longer you live, you know.
There you go.
It's scientifically proven. Also, another thing is, when you're strong, like you said, for your loved ones, you're stronger. For example, like you might have children, and if you're like overweight, I'm sorry to say that, but if you're overweight and your stamina is bad, how are you going to be outdoors playing and running around with your kids?
Yeah. Not only that, overweightness can lead to so many. Being overweight can lead to so many other issues.
Yeah, exactly. And also, if you have health issues and you're working hard, there's another thing. You're working, and you know, people say like time and motivation is the thing because of work, whatever. If you're not looking after your health, how are you going to work be able to work properly, like the job
productively.
productively, exactly. Another thing
Efficiently.
is, and if you earn all this money, for example, how are you going to enjoy that money and time with your family if you're not even healthy and fit?
Oh, can I just add one more thing? Because we talked about small wins.
Yeah.
Can I also say, like, a small win is not, oh, I worked out for a week, so now I'm going to go to TGI and eat my weight in food. That is not a win, okay? So if you want to reward yourself for small wins, make the reward small as well, because the win was small. You get me? Okay, I went to the gym all week this week. I'm going to buy myself a cheesecake. That's enough. You don't have to have the cheesecake, the cocktails, the burger, the chips. You know, like, keep it simple.
I agree, yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of people, especially people that struggle with their weight, that's what they do. So they go, okay, I've done my 10K steps for 2 days. So now I'm going to go and eat a big burrito and have a martini, espresso martini. And it's like, but hold on. You've done 2 days worth of work. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Let's keep it simple.
Yeah. And also, finally, make this a non-negotiable for yourself this year. To go to start getting into fitness.
Yeah.
It's not even just about fitness, basically.
Write it down.
Yeah. It's all showing up for yourself, basically. Yeah. So if last year you've been a person like, I'm really like, you know, like nervous to go into gym, you have anxiety every time you step into the gym, make this year set the intention to become the better version of yourself by showing up and have the confidence to walk into the gym.
That's it. And remember, there's so much that you can do at home. So if you need to start at home, get that conditioning and that endurance and that stamina up first before entering the gym, do that. You know, spend 3 weeks at home dedicated to some YouTube workouts or something. And then when you step into the gym, you're going to feel a bit more like, okay, I know what I'm doing, you know?
Yeah.
You guys have this, man. You've got this. Exactly. I want to hear some good stories about how this year's going. All right? Comment on My Body UK.
All right. Thank you for listening. Thank you for coming on, Claire. Yeah, now we are wrapping up.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you. Thank you for
having
having me.
Repeat your Instagram. How can people get in touch with you?
Okay, so I'm a professional women's online coach. Doesn't mean that I don't train men. So if you're interested, hit me up. And it's at Clare, CLARE_Miss Tickle Fit.
All right. Thank you so much. Lovely having you. Definitely come back.
Thank you.
She's definitely coming back for something else, something juicy. We already got something planned.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah. But anyway, so thank you so much for tuning in. And if you like this, please share it, comment, whatever, rate it. I don't know what options there are. But yeah, and let people know about this. Love you all for listening. Thank you so much. Bye.